The last kinah of the night, kinah number 5. Ad ana v'chia b'tzion u'nisped b'Yerushalayim. Until when? Until when must there be weeping in Zion and lamenting in Jerusalem? How many times do we have to check the news and see another stabbing, another soldier killed, another husband who lost his wife, another father who lost his child? Until when? How long does it have to go? Till we can just wake up one day, finish Shabbos, check the news and everyone's happy, everything's good, we're going to pray, we're going to go learn, we're going to do good things, and we don't need to cry anymore. We don't have to feel the pain of the families and the suffering that continuously, day in and day out, is happening to our people. He talks about the mazalot. The mazalot, the constellations. And you know, when you learn about constellations, you hear about constellations, it's almost a little bit hard to connect, to see why that relates to our mourning, how we can really feel that pain. But one thing it does mention, and this is, the Gemara mentions, that the truth is, Yisrael is beyond constellations. We have the ability to live beyond the reality of, oh, this is the set way you need to be, this is the set reality of what needs to be. If we do the right thing, if we live the life we're meant to live, we can surpass any sort of destiny that was previously meant to be had. And this kinah is completely the opposite. We lived a life where all the constellations came against us. All the things that could have been good, all the greatness we could have achieved, was completely destroyed. And I'll tell you personally, I remember the first time I cried on Tisha B'Av. First time in my life. I was reading through Aish, and to be honest, I struggled. Still, sometimes it's hard to really feel sad and to cry over seeing the Beit HaMikdash. I see the Beit HaMikdash, I see the Kotel, and I want to feel sad, and I want to cry, but sometimes it's hard for me. It's hard for me. But then, there was a point when I read Aish, and it started to talk about families, and mothers, and their children's. And that got to me. It got to me. The thought of a mother having to, God forbid, hurt her children to choose life one way or the other was unbearable for me. See my mother who loves me personally, you know, and I say in a very personal way to hopefully to relate to your own personal lives, we all have people who love us, who care about us. And to imagine the feeling, just to imagine for a second, right, the loss, the pain that could, you can't even imagine. You know, the whole year, we're looking positive, we're looking up. I speak personally about my children. Looking forward, where's it going to be? My son Yaakov, where's he going to go? You know, he's going to go to school, he's going to learn, he's going to this. And today on Tisha B'Av, I think about the opposite. I think, what if, God forbid, that wasn't there? What if that was taken from me? You know, I look at my wife, I look at my children, and I imagine what would be if their mother was taken from them. You know, not long ago, in the last year, a father driving his wife to the hospital to give birth, and his wife is taken from him. And just imagining him, the baby coming and raising a child without the mother there, how painful, you know, and as much as I could imagine that before, with children now and watching the connection they have to their mother, and just as they grow and how much they need their mother, and to imagine that taken is unbearable to imagine. It's so painful, it's so sad, and it really, if there's one thing that gets to me, is that pain. It says in the Kinnah, Rachamaniyot bishalu yaldein. Compassionate women cooked their own children. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to ever think about something like this. It's painful, and it's something we try to avoid so much of the time. And as Rabbi Alsam mentioned, today is the day to stop avoiding the pain. To let yourself use your imagination that Hashem gave you to imagine something that you've never felt before. Something you hope to never have to feel. But if you want to feel some sort of pain of what they felt, to empathize, to connect to the day, you have to let your imagination imagine what that pain could feel like. I have a picture of my whole family. And on today only, I try to imagine through each one, my daughter Leah, and what if that wasn't the case? What if Hashem decided that wasn't going to be my daughter? What about Yaakov? What about Esther? How painful that would feel. And to just imagine how painful it was for them. Imagine that we try to look excited to our weddings, to all these joyous occasions. And imagine that was all taken away from us. That future, that hope that we tried to stick to the whole year. And it's all destroyed in one day. In one day and why? Why? For our decisions. It wasn't, at random, we made decisions that caused this to happen. That's what this Kinnah tells us. It was our fault. It was our fault. This didn't need to happen. None of it needed to happen. Instead, we didn't care about each other. We weren't careful to really respect each other. We didn't appreciate what we had. When you think about all the pain and when I'm just speaking about it, I'm trying to appreciate what I have. And if I lost it, that makes me appreciate exactly what it feels like. And when you think how your parents feel about you or the people that you love, and you think about what it would be if I lost those people, you'll never hug them. You'll hug them differently for the rest of your life. And I was just thinking about that today. I was holding my little son, Moshe, and I was just thinking, do I really appreciate that hug? Do I really appreciate what that feels like to have my son in my arms, or do I not? That's what this Kinnah is about. Feel the pain. Don't be afraid from the pain. And through that pain, we should continue to feel connected to our family and to the Jewish people. Kinnah number 5.